Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, Barbie. Just moving things around. Good morning, Vicky. Hello, hello. So excited that I actually got the prompt from last week done. Good morning, Geneva. Guys, look, I got a new coffee cup. This one was from, let me look it up so I don't get it wrong. It is a nice stoneware mug. Like, it has got a good feel. I mean, it was mass produced, but it's got a good feel. It was, let's see, Magnolia by Home and Garden Party. And it looked like they made it in the 90s to the early 2000s because replacements.com had them listed, but very springy. It's spring. And if you guys wonder what I do with all of these new coffee cups, if I fall in love with one, I keep it. But I will do a static sale probably June or July once I've collected enough to do a static sale. Good morning, Karen. So that is what I do with all of the mugs. Although I've been known to keep a mug for most of my life. My daughter currently has one that I've had since I was a teenager. And when she moved out, she wanted to take it with her. And it's got a carousel lion on it because I loved lions when I was a kid. And I had a collection of stuffed lions. And somebody had gifted me that mug. And I kept it forever. And she wanted it when she moved out. So she's got that mug now. So it's not like I don't keep mugs. I keep lots and lots of mugs. But, oh my goodness, you guys. I feel like me again. I had not realized it had been 4 months since I'd gotten my haircut. I hadn't gotten it cut since November. I'm kind of, good morning, Val. I'm always kind of in a fog through winter. And then it's like my brain starts to wake back up again in March. So got my haircut. I feel like I'm waking back up again. I got my book prompt done. I'm pretty happy with that. Got some things organized in here. I have to show you guys the cutest thing. It won't be up for sale yet, but I went and thrifted yesterday after I got my haircut. I just did a quick run through and picked up some pieces you guys will not have seen today. So they're not, I didn't put them in a haul or anything, but I got this little glass tea bag holder. Isn't that the most adorable thing? It's so stinking cute. But I won't be live next week. Next week, Nikki and I will put up a sale video on my channel on Monday for Glass with Class. Same time. She's going to cut it together. So it looks like we're both there. But I will be out of town with my sister. So in 2 weeks, week and a half, Glass with Class, that will be up for sale. But it's so stinking cute. I'd show you guys. I love the anthropomorphic, I can't even say that word, little fruits and things. I love that. So I just show you guys because I loved it. And if I missed you coming in, hello, good morning. I'm out of the white hair color wax. And so I went in to see if they had any on Amazon and how much it was. And then I got to looking, they've added some new colors. They've added orange and they've added black. Now I didn't like the black when I did. So I don't think I would be interested in the black, but the orange, I was like, And then they've added like a hot pink. I have an icy pink. Good morning, Vicki. And I have that red that is more a pink red than red, but this looked like a color I didn't have. So now I have 2 colors I want. I want the white and I want the pink. Okay, I'm going to show you guys my book. And if you missed my video yesterday, my mom bought me presents because it was 50 days yesterday to my 50th birthday. And then this morning, she gifted me stickers, daisy stickers. And I knew I immediately wanted to add them to my page from last week. So I'm going to show you guys. Let me take the paper out. So I did a 2-page layout. And I had stickers that were shaped like stamps, 2 different kinds, because there's these little ones in the corners, but they're all flowers. And then I used my letter stamps. So this side says, April showers bring May flowers. And I purposely used an ink that looked faded. I know it's hard to see, but I wanted to stay with the style of the book on this page. And then I did Spring Has Sprung. But I added these 2 daisy stickers this morning, and I think it finished off the page nicely. Good morning, Feeding My Soul. Good morning, Carrie Ann. So that was my page. Pages. I really liked this prompt. It was fun. And my mom had, I didn't realize my mom had drawers of stamps. And I could have done more flower stamps, but I like my stamp stickers that were flowers. It added more color to the page. So she also had purple ink, which I didn't know. Might have used the purple ink, although I'm happy with that faded yellow kind of. I think I'm happy with it. I'm pretty happy with it. Thank you, Feeding My Soul. And if you guys are posting them on Instagram and I didn't follow you back, because in the beginning when people started following me, I wasn't following back private accounts. So I was only following back like vintage accounts where 90% of everything posted was vintage. So because I just didn't know where I wanted to take the Instagram page. So if I didn't follow you back and you tag me, I'm not going to be able to see it. Good morning, sunshine. So I'm trying to go through as people comment on stuff and make sure that I'm following you back. So if you see me suddenly liking your stuff, it's because I finally figured out I wasn't following you and I followed you back. Or if you suddenly see it pop up where you need to give me permission to follow your private page, that's why. Because in the beginning when you followed me, I didn't follow back and I'm sorry. So now I'm following you back. Also, you'll see me liking more pages that aren't vintage because some of the people I follow on TikTok were afraid TikTok is going to get banned. And so I'm trying to follow them in other places so I can still see their content. So just so you know. And then Cassie this morning told me something cool. If you saw my video yesterday, then you know my mom got me that gorgeous, gorgeous pink glass swan. It's huge. It's huge. It's beautiful. And it was made in Colorado by a guy who went into business for himself at the age of 21. He started hanging out in his dad's glass factory. Good morning, Bree. Good morning, Kraken. Started hanging out in his dad's glass factory when he was young. So by the time he was 21, he went out on his own, started his own company, and he had it all these years. He started in 1965, he's had all these years, and he made these amazing pieces. And Kathy told me that he actually got glass from the Fenton Glass Company to put the white into that pink swan when he was hand blowing it, which I thought was really cool. I had no idea. She learned that from Yvonne, who had been selling one of the swans from that company and told the history. So I had tried to find the history on that company before I filmed the video yesterday, and there just wasn't a whole lot. So that was a piece that I didn't know. Good morning, Helen. Helen's driving and listening. So that was cool. There's white glass throughout my swan that came from the Fenton Glass Company. I got my water here and I've got my coffee. I'm trying to drink both at the same time. Okay, we have 20 people in here. Good morning, William. You need a Big Mac? Most of us just need more coffee. All right, we're going to draw the prompt for this week. Collage a page about your favorite show or movie. For me, that'll be easy. Breakfast at Tiffany's is my favorite movie. Although the first time I saw it, I had no idea what it was really about. But that's Breakfast at Tiffany's is my favorite. So I will be collaging a page. And I even have a piece of sheet music that I have been saving to do that with. I got it from Skunky Junk. And I actually had to outbid Book Bewitched. Book Bewitched? I haven't seen Book in forever, but I had to outbid her for it. We were fighting over that piece of sheet music. And it's written on, so it's not like it needs to be preserved in exactly the form that it's in. So that'll be fun. How is everyone? You guys, I love this haircut so much. She did such a good job that I may call back today because I got the receipt with her name on it. Call back today and tell the manager how much I love my haircut. I've never done that before in my entire life, but I love it. I love it. There's no stray hairs. Took her forever. I swear she cut every hair individually, but she cleaned up my edges where any stray hairs were. Like, I love it. She did such a good job with it. I feel like there was more I needed to talk about. Brie, I wish I was an Energizer bunny. I will mention again, just in case you may have missed it. If you would like to send me a birthday card between now and the beginning of May, I will be opening them on my birthday live May 17th, Wednesday morning. And you guys are going to celebrate my birthday with me. We won't have a sale that day, but I've been putting together a mystery box to give away on that day. I'll cover the shipping. So I'll be giving away a mystery box, but no sale that day. Oh, I did do one more thing. I did make a new page for my phone. I should have tested where this went before I stuck the stickers on. Thank you, Karen. You guys are probably going to get sick of me talking about it, but I mean, you only turned 51, so might as well have fun with it. But I did get that. So I've gotten a bunch of stuff done that I just didn't have the energy for or the brain capacity to do. So I'm happy to be catching stuff back up and feeling like myself again. All right, let's get into the sale. I've only got 10 items today, but I'm super excited because some of them you've never seen before. Super excited. And I learned something new. Now, my friend Brian, who I don't have a lot of friends in real life because when you are chronically ill and you cancel plans and you cancel plans and you cancel plans, then people drift away. It is just a fact of it. If you have or know somebody who has chronic illness, you've probably seen it happen or experienced it yourself. People just drift away. But my friend Brian, we have been friends since I was 21. And in and out of each other's lives over the years. Sometimes we'd lose touch for a while and then bump into each other again. And so he will come over every couple months and just sit and play cards with me because it's a low low activity. It's something I can do even when I'm having a bad day. And he doesn't care how messy my house is. And he doesn't care, how bad I look. He just comes over and hangs out and then leaves before I'm too tired, which is awesome. And he's the one that actually told me about that estate sale that I went to last weekend, and he picked me up and took me to it. He collects Fiesta ware, and I don't know a lot about Fiesta. So he's been teaching me little bits about Fiesta and asked if I wanted to go to one of the Fiesta tent sales. They have two outside ones. One's in June and one is in October. So we're going to do that. That'll be fun. But I picked up a piece of Fiesta, and it's not vintage, but it is a discontinued color. It's black. I know some of us get really excited about black household items. I had to send a picture to Nikki immediately. I was like, look what I found. So this is the disc pitcher. I guess the creamers in this are like rare and cost more than the pitchers do. But this is a 64 ounce, so it holds half a gallon. And because we know it wasn't vintage, because in 1998 they added the H to all of their original molds, because this is an original mold. They added the H to let you know that it was a current one. So like there's not going to be any lead or anything in this one. It's safe. These were made from 1998 to 2014. And then the color black was discontinued. And I didn't even know they discontinued colors. Like that's how little I know about Fiesta. So I'm learning as I go along. But I'm always going to pick up Fiesta because it's just fun. If I didn't love glass so much, I really think Fiesta would be what I eat off of, but I love glass too much for that. So, Fiesta pitcher, discontinued color, $18, number 16. $18, number 16. No chips, no cracks. Oh, here's the inside. Inside looks good too. I did give it a good scrubby scrub, but it was already fairly clean when I picked it up. Do I have to wear readers? Right now, the glasses that I have are the graduated lenses, but I struggle because when I'm looking up, I can't see. It's all blurry. So when I was wearing contacts, and I wore contacts from the time I was 15 until about like 10 years ago. Vicki, I see you for that. And hi, Roxanne. My eyes started to get really dry, and I was really struggling with the contacts. And then that was when I'd added readers. And so I had to stop wearing my contacts, which I miss contacts. I don't like glasses. But anyway, when I went in 2020 to get new glasses, this is the first time I've had the graduated lenses. And they work really well for driving, but for reading, I still take them off. I've been nearsighted since I was practically born. So don't wear readers. I did. I have a whole drawer full of readers because I was wearing them for a few years when I had contacts. But ooh, sunshine. I love that. All right, got Vicki down for that. And if you had items held over from last week, I will be closing everything out this week. So expect your invoice over the next 3 days. I got a lot of laundry to do today, so I don't know if I will get any invoicing today. And I know some of you don't want to be invoiced until Thursday or Friday. So, and remember, you got 48 hours after I invoice to pay. Although when everybody pays within minutes, which so many of you do, which is awesome, then I can ship even faster. So I love that. Like Sheila, I invoiced Sheila yesterday for something, and she paid. It was like 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and she paid. It was amazing. Okay, so this next piece. Now, I know if you're not a Lusterware fan, you're going to be like, but look at this. It's a little Lusterware snack set. And it's purple. I adore this. Although they had completely taped it. It took me forever to get the tape off, but I think I did. So this one was made in Japan. And what's interesting is it was based off of, this was a cheaper copy of a Czechoslovakia one. And the Czechoslovakia one like has a black rim and then has a black handle. And if you find those are big money. But this was the Japan version. They copied off the Czechoslovakia one. So right here, made in Japan. And I'm going to guess that Shofu would have been the name of the company. So here's the bottom. No chips, no cracks, but the lusterware is not like applied the best. But I think we forget that things made in Japan back then are like things made in China now. They were mass produced, shipped here cheaply so we could have versions that were cheaper than like the Czechoslovakia one would have been. But I think this is, if you like to sit down in the afternoons with a cup of tea or even a small cup of coffee, a couple of cookies or a piece of fruit and read, this is so perfect for that. We need to make all of the little moments special, and this is the perfect way to do it. So here's the cup. And you can see the lusterware not super even because this was a mass produced. And there's the Shofu made in Japan on the bottom. It's so sweet. I just love it. I love it. $10. $10, number 3. And then I got this Mel bag. This was Marcrest Melmac bowl, divided serving bowl. This is the blue that I'm always talking about. This in my kitchen. This blue right here. So cute. Marcrest Melmac. And I remember when I first started collecting pieces of this, because there's so many different companies that did it. That's when I learned that melamine was actually the brand name for one of the companies. So a lot of times we want to call all of these melamine, except it was a brand name, just like we call all tissues like Kleenex. Yes, great dish for a camper. This is a nice size. 9.5 inches. So even though it's big, it's light, so it won't be too much to ship. And this one is $10, number 17. $10, number 17. So those were the few new things that I picked up yesterday, so you guys have never seen before. And then you saw this in my haul, and the person that I thought might want to purchase it has passed on it, so now you guys get the opportunity. It's an Enesco horse. And if you saw the haul, then you know that the antique store, the booth that I really like, he must have picked up an entire horse collection, because throughout both of his booths, he had a whole bunch of horse figurines. This was the nicest one. The details, the colors, there's no damage. We know it's Enesco because it is stamped with the Enesco stamp right here above my fingernail. And Enesco did so many horses throughout the years. The movement. I love the movement on this one. This one is, let's see, stands exactly 4 inches high. And from tail to nose, that's the widest point, is also 4 inches. So 4 by 4. Oh, he's just a beauty. I miss being able to ride horses. With my fibromyalgia, it hurts too bad now. If I go horse riding, I suffer for like 2 weeks. I have the biggest flare up. So I miss riding horses, but I love horses. $10, number 5. $10, number 5 on the Enesco horse. It's a beaut. Okay, so you've seen this one before. If you've been at Glass with Class, this is, to me, this looks very mid-century modern. I would put peacock feathers, ostrich feathers. I'd stick it in a corner. I think it would be so cute that way. Or it's magical. And if you're a Harry Potter fan, this would be a fun thing too. But it is the base of, thanks, Val. Got you down for the horse. This is actually the base of a hookah, which is kind of cool. It does have some gold loss around. I gave it a careful wash to not lose any more of the gold, but I would not wash this. If you purchase it, I would just use it as a base because I did wash it. So there's no OPD on it, other people's dirt. And it hasn't sat here long enough to be covered in cat hair yet. It is $12, number 8. $12, number 8. I love the vibes on it. Unfortunately, I don't have room in here for big pieces. I have sold off almost all of my big pieces entirely. Like I sold all my swung vases. I sold my Empoli bottles, that kind of stuff. This one, if you've seen Glass with Class, you've probably seen this one too. This is the Victorian milk glass dresser jar. Bye, Val. So it is this size. Oh, and I guess I should have said a size. The base of the hookah bottle is 12 inches. And then this dresser jar is just over 11 inches at the top of the stopper. And Nikki was able to find this in her antique milk glass book. Nikki and I always go back and forth because I have different books than she has. I have more depression books and she has the antique milk glass book. She has the mid-century modern book, which I love. I want that book so badly. But it's like $90 used online. I love the roses in here. Now the stopper has lost it. It would have had a cork. So somebody at some point put old tape on there. And you can see this was used because you can see the breakage here. But there's none of this is broken. And of course the paint's faded on these antique pieces. The paint is almost always faded. And then there's no breakage here or here, but there is a spot that looks like somebody did some kind of a repair right here. And I don't know what that spot is. I cleaned it. It got dunked in water carefully because I didn't want to take any more of the paint off. And whatever is going on right here, it was a good enough repair that it didn't loosen up with water applied. But I do want you to be aware of that. Good morning, Robert. So, antique dresser bottle. And it is $25, number 7. And I had picked this one up at an antique store that I don't usually go into because the prices in there are pretty high. But I'd purposely been on the hunt for antique milk glass that day. And sure enough, it was almost in the very last booth. And that they have 3 levels to that antique store. So I'd gone through almost all 3 levels before I found that. But I found it. Next piece I thought would be good in a spring display. This is an imperial glass beaded block. That's the pattern. Pickle bowl. It's a pickle bowl. And I know that because I found the catalog page where it was listed. So imperial glass pickleball. And Imperial Glass is one of those companies that did regular Depression glass and did elegant glassware of the Depression era. So some of those companies made both, and Imperial Glass was one of the companies that made both. And then at some point in time, their molds for this got smoothed out because, you know, the molds wear out. And so you will find the beaded block with smooth panels in here, which is interesting. And it's still considered beaded block. It was just made with molds that had been smoothed because they were starting to wear out over the years. It is this big. From handle to handle, 7 3/4 inches. And then it is almost 3 3/4 inches wide. And it only stands less than 2 inches. But super pretty. It would actually look good if you're doing this kind of... Hi, Tiger. It was purple yesterday. If you're doing a really fancy Easter dinner in pastel colors, this would look pretty in that. The pickle bowl, $10, number 14. $10, number 14. And if you're just coming in and you need the altered book prompt, we are collaging a page about your favorite show or movie. And if you don't want to do show or movie, do your favorite music group. Do your favorite sports team. Like, remember, this is just for fun. It is not anything to stress about. And if you don't like the prompt, you could skip it this week. I skipped 2 before last week. Next item. This sweet little music box. It's got my fingerprints on it now. Lacquered wood box. And it works. So the song is Always. And this is one of the American Music Box Company music boxes. It's handcrafted in the US. Got these sweet little feet. They're all in good working order. And it's got a rose on it. It's 4.5 inches across, 3.5 inches wide, and it stands just under 3 inches tall. So just a really sweet little music boxes. And I don't know if music boxes have gone the way of bells and nobody wants to collect them now. But I'm a sucker for anything with a rose on it because roses are my favorite flower. I love all flowers, but roses are my favorite flowers. This one, $8, number 18. $8, number 18. It's about the size of the index card. Next one I brought because, and I don't think I've ever shown this one before either. Maybe I did before I moved, but it's been a box since I moved. It's a tulip plate, and this one is vintage. This was Southern Potteries Incorporated, Blue Ridge, made in USA. It's hand-painted underglaze. So people would hand paint these flowers, and then they would get a glaze. So your flowers are not going to go anywhere. This was a dinner plate, bigger than a salad plate. But the tulips are so pretty. It's this size. Good morning, Rebecca. $6. $6, number 20. It's perfect spring plates. And then last item today is a little stone toucan. He doesn't have any breakage. I find these sometimes and they're snapped off here or snapped off here. Little carved toucan. That's all I know about him. I don't know what kind of stone that is. He was probably a souvenir piece. but he's stinking cute. He's little. 2 inches by 2¼ inches. He's a little bit longer than he is tall. And he's just $6, number 15. $6, number 15. And if you're just coming in and you missed the beginning where I showed my page for the prompt last week, I'd like to show you again. So I used stamps, flower stamps, and then I used stamps, my letter stamps. So this side says spring has sprung. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then this side says April showers bring May flowers. And then my mom gifted me the daisies this morning, and I added daisies to the page. I really like how this page turned out. This might be my favorite page so far. It's very springy. And I picked up a new mug. I also picked up another mug yesterday. I haven't shown anybody. And it's a modern one because it has a silver handle, but it has Starburst all over it. And so it was vintage inspired. And it's 25-ounce mug. And I'm like, who made a mug that big? So once I get the sticker off the bottom, I'm like, oh. And it was one of those edible bouquets. They would have done the edible bouquet in the mug, and then you would have sent the gift to somebody. How cool is that? That's probably the one I'll be drinking out of next week. Although I think I've picked up 5 new mugs in the last 2 weeks. I'm curating for a mug sale in June or July. So how is everyone doing on their altered books? Is anybody struggling with time? Or do you feel like you got behind a couple weeks and now you can't do it because you can't catch up? Because you don't have to. Remember, low to no stress on this. This is just purely for fun. And you can skip any week that you don't have time for. You can skip an entire month and come back to it the next month. I skipped 2 weeks in a row before this past week. My brain just wasn't braining. And so I just didn't do them. And I may go back and do them later, but I don't feel like I have to catch up because this is a pick and choose project. Well, I think that's everything. Unless you guys have something you want to talk about. And I don't know how many of you follow my chronic illness channel, but I did an update on my weight because I've lost 19 pounds now, which I'm super happy about. And I've done it without feeling awful. So it's been 10 weeks, lost 19 pounds. So it's 1 to 2 pounds a week on average. And thanks to my mom. It's all thanks to my mom. All right. I hope you guys have a great day, a great rest of the week. We're going to have a little bit warmer weather. Spring has sprung here, and I can't wait to see some flowers. Barbie is so super busy with her new in real life job that I don't know if she has time. She's working 9 to 5. Well, I don't know what her maybe her hours are 8 to 4. I don't know. But it's a 9 to 5 job, 5 days a week. So I don't know if she would have time to do a sale. We talk a lot though. She is still around. She pops into my sales, but she's at work right now. She's working. But I do hope to have sales with other people that I've had to say no to because winter's just not good for me with my chronic illness. So you'll probably be seeing me pop up more in other spots. I know, we all miss her. We all miss her. quite a few people that have, like Skunky Junk. I think he's on Whatnot now, but you know, he's not doing YouTubes anymore. And yeah, I miss him. All right. So have a great week. I hope you have the week that you want. If you just need to rest, I hope you get to do that. If you need to get a bunch done, I hope you get to do that too. So have a great week. And I will see all of you guys back here next Wednesday. But I will not be live on Monday. Nikki and I will put up a static video because I'll be out of town shopping with my sister. I will talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.